I have been gambling a long time, and I've always had the money to take care of it. And I've always managed to do it.
You don't even know because you don't even go there. I mean, you...
If you want the best for me, then let me do my thing.
You have to plan things. You have to be reasonable. You have to be
God,
realistic.
I can't stand listening to that anymore.
A crisis can occur at any time in every family. Sometimes an outsider is needed who offers objectivity and direction through counseling. This television program recreates counseling sessions with actors portraying family members. They are guided by a licensed social worker as the crisis counselor, Thom Thompson.
When one thinks of gambling, what may come to mind is horse race betting, slot machines, or poker games. But gambling can take form in many more subtle and more socially acceptable ways. Bingo, lotteries, or betting in bridge or backgammon. But on the other hand, compulsive, uncontrollable gambling is a human tragedy because the compulsive gambler can't really think of anything else. It is an addiction which can destroy a family and family finances. It's an addiction often denied or unrecognized by the gambler. Gordon Lyons had seen his wife's gambling grow to destructive proportions, wiping out their savings and possibly their marriage, as his wife Martha has begun to encourage their daughter Eileen to gamble as well.
My wife's been gambling, spending whatever money she made, spending my money, spending Eileen's money to go to school.
No, I'm not. I'm spending the money that I earn and the money from my parents that I had, and it's not anything to do with you or my daughter. If my daughter wanted to go to school, she would go to school. I would have the money
There's
for her.
nothing in the bank for her to go to school.
There would be.
If you stop gambling, yeah, maybe there would be.
I just figured we didn't need extra money and I could play with it, and I am. And you'll get it again.
How much gambling are we talking about, and what kind? What kind of gambling do you do?
Little games, little card games.
Yeah, like bingo 3 nights a week. You know what that adds up to?
Unfortunately, I've heard many times that bingo is one of the biggest...
$150, $200 a week? I mean, she doesn't make that much at the job.
I make enough, and it's for charity, and I feel that I'm also doing something good for some organization.
Look, I don't
want... I have a good time.
I don't want to argue in front of this man like a bunch of idiots.
You go out to dinner and you spend a lot of money on food. Well, I go out to a gambling situation, and I have a good time playing. And I win sometimes.
Eileen, I think I need to hear from you.
Yeah,
You're shifting around in your chair and giving me a lot, but what...
I just think this is really stupid. I mean, I don't see that my mom has a major problem. I think my dad's making such a big deal out of this. I mean,
don't see that it's a problem?
No, I mean, we go together, we go to the casinos, and we have loads of fun. I mean, we just really have a great time. And he doesn't seem to understand that. He just thinks that there's this major catastrophe going on, and I think that's ridiculous.
She doesn't know what's happening to her.
Oh, she knows. She knows she has a good time and a lot of laughs and has a little bit of excitement.
Having a good time
and she likes to be with her mother.
Is not what it's all about.
It's more fun for her to be with her mother than it is to be with you.
Fun isn't everything. You have to have responsibilities. You understand?
I have responsibility. I go to work. I brought up a lovely girl. I have responsibility, and I also want to have a good time. I want to have a little excitement in my life.
You want to have a good time, huh?
Yes, I want to have a good time because I sure don't have it here.
Okay, what I need to know more about that for certain, but what prompted counseling right now? Why now?
Oh, why? I got a call from the bank. She went and mortgaged the house. She didn't even tell me about it.
You didn't know about it? How could you not...
No, I didn't know about it.
Know about it?
It's my house. My parents gave us that house a long time ago, and I can do with it as
22 years ago gave it. I haven't heard the end of it. 22 years ago they gave it to her.
I have not been
gave
talking
us the house as a wedding present. Remember when we got married?
Yes, gave us. And I have not talked about it. It's been something that you've been uptight about, just as you are about everything else that I got from my parents.
You know,
So
I'm
if
your
it's
husband.
mine-
Remember, I'm the one that's supposed to take care of you,
Oh,
not
come
your
on.
parents.
Take care of me. Well, if I can get a little bit more from my parents when they were alive and well, why not? I like the way they helped take care of me.
So why was that mortgage necessary?
I had some things I had to pay off. I owed some money, and I figured I wanted a little extra money to keep, maybe buy some clothes for myself and some
That's
things
a lie.
for Gordon,
She
maybe.
owes money gambling debts.
I
And
owe
I don't know
some
the kind
money.
of people she's gambling with anyway.
They're nice people. They're very nice people. I mean, Al and Ray, we have the biggest blast of our lives.
Eileen, please, try and understand.
Oh, come on. For God's
Dad,
sake,
Look,
please go
look,
along.
look. I love your mother, and I love you, and I only want the best for both of you. And I know you go on, you supposedly have a good time.
We
and
have a
all
great
that.
time, Dad. You don't even know because you don't even go there. I mean, you...
If you want the best for me, then let me do my thing. Let me go and play. Let me have some friends. Let me have some life. I don't have a life. I have no life. I go to work. I come home to you and your gloom and your doom. Eileen
Wait a
has-
minute, I need to know a bit more about that. That's the second time that you've mentioned I don't have a life or I'm
There
not
is
happy.
nothing in my home that I have. There is no fun. There is no life. Yes, I know you work hard, but I'd like to have some laughs. I'd like to go out. You don't want to go anywhere.
Wait,
You don't
do
want
you
to
not,
do anything.
do you not do things together? Go.
No, we do not. Because he's too tired, or he doesn't want to spend the money, or he doesn't want to have a good time. I don't know why. And I want to have a good time, and I want to have some excitement. And so if I lose a few bucks, so I'll win it back.
Gambling gives you that excitement, that feeling?
Yes, I love it. I love it. I love the people, and I know I'm going to win. Sometimes they don't, but sometimes they do.
Was
And I
it,
love to watch other people win, and I feel wonderful. And I laugh, and I have a few drinks, and I have a terrific evening.
that's
And I don't have that at
that's
home.
the fun side and the excitement side, as you describe it. Is there another side, the side that led you into those debts?
No.
Or
what
into
led me
using
is-
money in a way that,
What?
or into using money in a way that's not working for you and your family?
I don't understand what you mean.
I'm saying you described very well why it's fun and why it's exciting. Is there another side to that gambling has
Well, sometimes I lose. Is
caused
that
a
what you mean?
problem?
Well, I lose some money, and I have to make up that money. I have to pay back that money. And it causes a problem because this man can't deal with that.
You keep reacting to that, Gordon. How would you describe what's happening in terms of the outlay of money?
The reality is that we are broke. We have no money in the bank. We have no insurance,
No savings?
no savings. A mortgaged business. And now she takes the house.
You began gambling about 5 years ago, and the
I think
business
he
had
was
to be
gambling
mortgaged?
before that. This is just the first I heard of it.
I've been gambling
I think
for
Mama
a
and
long
Papa
time.
were taking care of it for you. You
They
know what I
were.
mean? Oh, it's Mama and Papa.
Yes, Mama and Papa have taken care of me. That is true.
So the-
yes, I have been gambling a long time, and I've always had the money to take care of it. And I've always managed to do it. And it's been a while, and yes.
That's
he
a
just-
key word, isn't it? Manage? You did manage it for a while, you feel.
Yes, I managed it while my parents were living, I guess. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. Is that what you're saying?
It was easier when my parents were living. It was a lot easier.
Did they pick up your gambling debts?
Yeah, they did.
Were you aware of that?
No, I wasn't aware of the mortgage, the financial in debt problems. My mother always wins back. I mean, it's incredible when she always wins large amounts of money. She wins a lot of money, Dad. You don't see her at the craft tables.
Will you sit down with your mother and just look at the checkbooks? Just look at our accounts. Why are you not in school? Why are you working as a receptionist? What's going to
There's
happen to you?
nothing wrong with being a receptionist. I mean, I don't want to go to school right now. I'm
Life
very
is
content.
not like that. You have to plan things. You have to be reasonable. You have to be
God, I
realistic.
just can't listening to that anymore. I don't want to be realistic, and I don't want to plan things.
Martha, let me make an assumption. It may be a right assumption or it may be a wrong assumption. But it sounds as if your gambling was once, your word, manageable and under control. And it sounds like maybe now it's not under control any longer, not manageable. If I made that assumption, when did that start? Why did things change? You were what I describe and call a social gambler before, perhaps.
Yes, oh, I don't know.
And it
I
sounds as if...
gamble a lot more now. I gamble a lot more now. I know.
Well, that was going to be one of my questions. Do you gamble almost on a daily basis?
I guess so. I didn't know it, but I guess so, yeah.
Eileen, I need...
She doesn't know about all the time.
Do you know that? Are you aware of your mother's pretty deep involvement in gambling that could almost be described as compulsive?
She doesn't know.
I don't. I play cards with her once a week when we go to the casinos, you know, and I have a blast. I mean, she is the most exciting woman to be with, and I don't know what, she doesn't tell me everything because...
She didn't have to know. She doesn't know a lot.
This is fact gathering. I also need to know what kind of gambling you're doing. You started to tell me a while ago. Bingo and...
I play bingo. We go to Vegas. We go to the casinos occasionally, and we go every few weeks. Eileen goes with me, and we play roulette and blackjack and a little poker game and slots. And.
But you say you're involved almost daily on a...
Well, I have a few card games. I have a bookie or two I deal with, and I have my bingo, and we always have our liar's poker.
Do you know, you are incredible. You are laughing and crying at the same time. What does that mean? The laughing I can understand, the crying I can understand, but at the same time, what does it mean to you, Eileen?
I hate to see my mom cry like this. I mean, I always see her smiling and laughing and exciting, but I feel real close to her. I feel like I've never been close to her before, and we are very close right now. I mean, we are friends. She's my best friend, which is incredible. And I hate to see you cry. I hate to see you cry, and I don't want to... I mean, I want to, if she needs help, she needs help, but I don't personally think that she needs help. I see her behavior, and from what I see, I think she's just she wants excitement.
You're hearing something new today, though, I believe, aren't you? And I've noticed
yes.
that your mother really is not denying that, even when I said that maybe she's a compulsive gambler, and I don't know that to be true. You didn't say no.
I don't know the difference between compulsive, and I don't know if I want to be called a compulsive gambler.
And that's not a very nice thing to lay a label on you, so let me tell you what I was trying to say to you and make it very clear. Social gambling, like social drinking, is where you may enjoy from time to time taking a drink. You may enjoy from time to time gambling, playing the lottery, playing bingo once a week or once a month, or going to a casino or whatever it may be, and you truly derive enjoyment from it. But compulsive gambling, and let's not call you compulsive, let's call a certain type of gambling compulsive, is where you're doing it on a daily basis, and where along with enjoyment, or let's say along with excitement, the excitement rises while the enjoyment lowers. And I wonder if hearing that, if that describes you.
Look, Martha, I don't want you to be unhappy. I only want the best thing.
What has been happening
I've been getting
you?
phone calls. I don't know who these guys are. They don't sound like legitimate people. They say they want the money you owe them. Now, there's going to be no business.
Not just collection agencies then, but something beyond that.
Some guy calls up, he says, look, tell your wife we want the bread. I don't know who they are.
It's not a collection agency, obviously.
You know, it's just, you know, some of these people you play with, they cheat. Don't you understand? I mean, you know, you're playing with gangsters. Did you think that maybe those Al and Jack, or whatever the hell those guys' names are, maybe, you know, maybe that's the ones you're playing?
That shocks you a little, Martha, I think.
The one that gave you the credit on it. I mean, come on, no one gives you credit.
Oh, come on.
I don't even know how much do you owe.
But
What do you owe?
Guys,
I asked the guy, says, how much does she owe?
I don't know.
Never mind, just tell her to pay
I don't
up.
know.
Are the kids in trouble?
Wait a minute, Martha, you really don't know?
No.
I was saying a moment ago, it seems to me that I have a lot of feeling for you right now because you're in a trap, are you not?
Yes. And I don't want anybody in my family to be threatened. I don't want anything to happen
Well,
to you.
then do something about about it, Martha. Let's do something about it. Let's stop this once and for all.
It's the guys that
Well,
I
it may
know. I
not
don't
be.
believe it's the
It may not be that simple to look at a person who is caught in an addiction. In fact, an addiction that is as tight as if it were alcohol or drugs. In some ways, it may be worse. It may not be that you can look at them and say, let's just stop this.
Well, that's why we're here.
All right, but I'm warning you and I'm telling you that it may take some time. It also may take some changes in your relationship with your wife. Don't think that I'm saying that you're in any way the cause of her gambling. That gambling was started out at least as a choice on your part. You can recognize and admit that, can't you? But now it's not a choice any longer. She's caught. But I think that when people step and then step faster and then run on into and then get caught in a compulsion of gambling, they're running away from something. And was that true of you?
I wanted to have a good time. I wanted to have fun. I loved you. I love you. I do. But we don't have any. We don't do anything.
What kind of changes would you be asking for in your relationship with your husband if you could get them?
I wanted to just to talk to each other and to go out and to have friends in common and to go see a play, or I don't know if that's even what I want.
Wait, again,
maybe I
you
want
don't do
more.
it. You don't
Maybe
do
I
it.
want affection. Maybe I want. It isn't just movies, and it isn't. It's more. I don't know. We both. I know you work hard, and I know you're tired, but
Gordon,
I
have
don't
you...
feel like a woman anymore. I don't think that I don't think that he thinks of me in any way as an attractive person. I'm getting older and I want to be attractive. I want to feel attractive.
Gordon,
I want
don't
my
defend-
husband to think I'm attractive.
Don't defend yourself on that, but can you hear what's being said? That's what I want to know. Can you hear the message that's inside that?
I hear it. I just don't know what to do. I mean, I tried to be affectionate. I tried to be a husband. She just pushes your way. I don't know. I mean, if I had the answer, I wouldn't be here. You understand?
I do push him away. I mean, I do.
Well, why is that? That's crucial. You want it, but you don't want it. Now, wait a minute. I've heard that lots of times before, so I understand that that can be the way it is. It doesn't mean you're crazy. It doesn't mean you're strange. It means you have really mixed up feelings. Some of this and some of that. But why? Do you have any idea?
Now, my parents have been a real problem.
Why?
I guess they have a lot of control over me or something. I don't know. They're a problem. They're a problem to Gordon because I called them when they were alive a lot. I spoke to them on the phone. I wanted to spend time with them. And little by little, we stopped spending time alone. I was
Wait, I want
busy with them.
I want to confirm something. Is what Martha is saying, is that correct in your views too?
You know,
Was that a time of drawing apart is what I'm asking?
That's when it first started, you know. I mean, she needed to talk to her mother and her dad and to be with them all the time. And we had a young daughter, and
He used to get angry a lot when I wanted to talk on the phone.
you know,
When I wanted to call my mother and talk to her, he would get angry.
I didn't know why she had to reveal everything. I mean, we have an argument, she calls her mother and tells her about it. I mean, you know, she's married to me.
Are there other things that you do that cause fulfillment for you?
Being with my daughter. I love being with my daughter, and I
Go back some years with your husband. Were there things that the two of you did do together that were happy and fulfilling?
Sure. We used to go fishing. It was terrible.
You
It was
remember that?
It
terrible.
was fun, yeah. Well, we can do that again, Martha. You know,
Why did things like that stop?
well, you know, it's easy. You got to work. You got to keep the shop open on Saturday.
Sometimes I feel like there are sometimes that I don't want to go out, that I wish that I had a different life, that I could be home with my husband. I know sometimes that some of the people that I play cards with are not terrific people, and I get a little scared sometimes.
When do you feel fulfilled? Other than, I know you
When
feel...
I'm winning.
Compulsive gambling, like alcoholism and drug abuse, is an addiction. Now, many people may be what we could call social gamblers, but Martha Lyons and millions like her are not gambling for temporary social enjoyment. She's engaged in a self-destructive habit that is compulsive. And this compulsion is based, I think, on inner pain and confusion. That pain needs to be discovered and dealt with before the destructive habit can be attacked and changed. One of the most difficult things to accomplish in counseling is to enlist the understanding of the spouse of an alcoholic or a drug addict, or as in this case, a person that's addicted to gambling. Because in each of these cases, we simply wonder, why don't they just stop doing these destructive things? I'll continue to counsel Gordon Lyons that although his wife does have responsibility for her actions, and she can learn to increase her control over her life, that nevertheless she's caught in an addiction that she needs help to battle. Martha must also understand her gambling compulsion not as a moral issue or as any personal weakness, but as a struggle against an addictive habit. There is an organization called Gamblers Anonymous that may be needed for Martha to share and talk and seek support from those who have won the struggle with gambling addiction. Another organization called Gam-Anon helps spouses, children, and other family members to better understand the compulsive gambler. There is always much for us to learn, but when we do learn, then we can have love and health and growth in your family and in mine. I'm Thom Thompson.